Good evening and very welcome, everyone. Very welcome to Unacademy. Extremely sorry about the delay because there was some technical issue. Can someone please tell me whether I'm audible and visible? As we were having a technical issue, there is a delay in the session. Can someone please reply over here whether I'm audible and visible both now? Yes, students, am I audible and visible to all of you? Okay. Um, I think I will start with the session now. First of all, I'm going to introduce myself. Thank you, Prachi. Thank you so much for that. There was a technical issue and really sorry about this. So, thank you. So, let me start with my introduction. My name is Mita Surti, and I have been training, guiding, and motivating lots of students from the past 20 years. I have an experience of dealing with students of GATE and ESC since the past 4+ years, and I'm also an IELTS coach certified by the British Council. Subjects that I take up are English and aptitude. Besides this, I also do personality development training and also interview guidance. As I already told you, there is a combat which is coming up on the 4th of April. In fact, it is coming up for the entire month of April, that is the 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th. So get yourself enrolled as soon as possible for the combat, as there is no fee on enrollment. And the top three winners are going to get 100% scholarship. Yes, 100% free scholarship for the first three winners. The combat is going to be for an hour on 11 a.m. And if you have not done so far, do follow me on Unacademy. You can follow at Mita Surti. The Telegram channel, the URL is Unacademy KCS, and you will get all the notifications over there. So do join the Telegram channel. Talking about Plus and Iconic, the courses that we have live classes, crash courses, weekly tests, doubt solving sessions, English and Hindi, and rank booster sessions. We also have Iconic, which has all the features of Plus, and additionally, you get a personal coach who is going to prepare planners for you. Excuse me. Who's going to prepare planners for you, study booster sessions, personalized test analysis, and preparatory study material. Now, the subscription rates for Plus and Iconic are 12 months, 18 months, and 24 months. Is going to cost you 27,225, 34,650, and 39,600 for Plus courses. And for Iconic, you will be paying 45,225 and 66,600 for 12 months and 24 months. You will also get no cost EMIs. That is an added advantage. Plus, you get 10% when you use my code. That is Mita S10. There are 10 channels of Unacademy, on which I am on 2 channels teaching right now on Creatics and Unacademy Computer Science. So I think I had done all this earlier and I have repeated everything because of the technical issue. And so now we come up to our topic, that is clauses. Let's understand first of all, why do we need to do all these topics? Phrases and clauses are something which is very important, and all these things are going to be helpful in your spot the error, or you can call it detect the error, also in your sentence completions, in your comprehensions, everywhere these individual parts of grammar are going to be very important, and I think you should all understand these things very well. Only then will you be able to apply the different rules and do your entrance exams. We are now preparing for HPL, RVUNL, and HPCL. Besides that, of course, English is also going to come handy for your interview. So please do not forget that. Now let's understand first of all what are noun clauses. Let's see the sentences first of all and understand. They expected to win the trophy. Now we ask a simple question, that is expected. They expected. Yes. What? From here, the question starts. What did they expect? So they expected that they would win the trophy. Expected what? To win the trophy. Now look at these two sentences. They are written in two different ways. They expected to win the trophy. Expected what? They expected that they would win the trophy. So the first group of words, to win the trophy, that is over here in the first sentence itself, to win the trophy, is the object of the verb expected. So when I said this is expectation, that is my verb, right? And what is the object? What? When we answer to the word, what you get is to win the trophy. So this becomes my object to my verb expected. Expected what, right? Since it has no subject and no predicate of its own, it is a noun phrase. And therefore it does the work of a noun. Okay. Over here, this works as my noun because it does not have a subject and a predicate. And it is a noun phrase. To win the trophy. Okay. Now let's understand the other sentence. Now the second word, group of words, that they would win the trophy, is also the object of the verb expected. And so does the verb of a noun. But it has a subject and a predicate of its own. Now let's understand this sentence. They expected that. Now here I am using the conjunction that. Okay. So my joining word over here, or the conjunction as we call it, is that. Now here they expected to win the trophy. To win the trophy becomes my noun phrase as it does not have a subject and predicate of its own. So this is how you understand the difference between the noun phrase and the noun clause. Now why is this called the clause? Clause because, as we said, it has a subject and a predicate of its own. Let's understand over here. They expected that. That what? They would win the trophy. So now they here is my subject and they what? Would win the trophy is my predicate. So I have my subject and my predicate over here, which is adjoined by that to the original sentence. And that is why this sentence over here has a noun clause, whereas this one has a noun phrase. So do you understand very clearly, all of you, what is the difference between a noun phrase and a noun clause? I hope you all have understood. So when a noun phrase does not have a subject and a predicate of its own, but it's just the answer to my verb, whereas a clause is added to the sentence, which the clause itself has an own subject and object. Now let's go ahead. Noun clauses may be introduced by the following words. Like how we introduce the noun clause to the original sentence by adding that over there. So similarly, there can be lots of words which we can use to add the noun clause. The conjunction that. The first thing that we did over there was to add that. And so we are learning many more words how we can add the clauses. It is certain that he will come back home. Now over here, I have my subject, he, and will come back home is the predicate of the sentence. So I have my subject, I have my predicate, and what is it joined by? That. It is certain that he will come back. So this is my clause. Now, which are the other words? The interrogative pronouns, adjectives, and adverbs together with if and whether. Now, I forgot how many she asked for. Do you know whether she is attending the party tonight? I forgot how many she asked for. Now, if and whether, when you use the words like if and whether, like it's, you can either use whether or if. Both words are applicable because they both mean the same in a sentence. Do you know whether she is attending the party tonight, or do you know if she is attending the party tonight? So you can use that, you can use if, you can use whether. A noun clause may be used in what? As the subject of a sentence. Whether he will join us is uncertain. Where he works is not known to anyone. So this is adjoining the noun clause to the sentence. As the object of a transitive verb. No one knows who stole the chain. So now, as we said, that transitive verbs are verbs which do not require the object. Now, no one knows who stole the chain. Ask the peon if the manager is in his office. So these are simple examples of how many different places you can use your noun clause as the object of a preposition. Now, the mother laughed at what the children were doing. So, what is at? At is my preposition. At what? As the object of a preposition. So, you get the answer to this at. At what the children were doing. So, what the children were doing is my clause out here. Except that he shouts, he is an excellent teacher. As the complement of the verb be. Now, be, the forms of be, you know, is, am, are. He is not what he pretends to be. So, he is what? Not what he pretends to be. Life is what we make it. So, life is, that is a complement of the verb be. That is what I said, is, am, are over here. And what we make of it is the subordinate or the additional clause which has a subject of its own and a predicate of its own. In opposition to a noun, it. All of us accept the theory that the earth is round. So over here again, it is adding that the earth is round. It is strange that he doesn't know his own name. So those were all examples of noun clauses and how you can add them. Now let's understand what are adjective clauses. Adjective clauses may be introduced by relative pronouns and adverbs. I'm sure everyone knows what is pronouns and adverbs. If not, please go through the previous lectures. We have done each and every topic about pronouns and adverbs. The relative pronouns that may be used in this way. Now, relative pronouns. Pronouns, as you all know, are words used instead of nouns. So these are all the words who, whom, whose, which, that. All these words are pronouns which are used instead of a noun. This is the dog which bit my mom. So this over here is used. Which dog? As we said that it is used as an adjective and an adverb. This is the dog. Which dog is the question we ask. Which dog or what kind of a dog? This dog. So here it is used as a adjective clause. This is the dog. He is a man whom we all respect. He is a man. Now, here he is my pronoun for the man, which man whom we all respect. Okay. Now, here, as we said, which dog bit my mom? Which one? The dog which bit my mom. So, adjective clause over here. Again, we have we all respect. So, here again, which man? Who? The one which we all respect. Here is the bag that I bought yesterday. So this is describing the bag. So this is an adjective clause. Now, generally, when we have an adjective, we have one word. Like if I would say the naughty dog, or the mischievous man, or I would say the beautiful bag. So those are one word adjectives. Now, when I put them as a clause, clause is a group of words. So the answer that you get to this is which dog or what kind of dog? The dog which bit my mom. So this entire thing is an adjective clause because it is describing the dog. Similar way, the man and the bag are described by the sentence that comes after that. The relative adverbs that may be used in this way are. Now, as we said, we use pronouns, that is who, whom, whose, which, and that. Similarly, you can use adverbs. Adverbs as in when you ask when, where, why, and as. The reason why he left is not known. So, what is it over here? Why he left. Who he left is not known. The reason. So, left is what? My verb over here. And what is the adverb? He left is not known. The time when the movie will start is known to all. So, what is it? When the movie will start is known to all. Similarly, like how we had for adjectives, we have how to find our adverb clauses. Adverbs are words which describe the verbs. Your adverbs are words which describe the verb. Now, as is used in adjective clauses when the antecedent noun is qualified by some or such. The servants eat the same kind of food as the members of the family. Now, as we said over here, in the first one, we use pronouns. In the second one, we were talking about our adverbs. And now there is a specific rule for using as will always come in sentences where you are using some or such. Now, these things are going to help you when we start doing our spot the error. Whenever we will have a sentence of some and such, you will know that you need to put as in this sentence over here. The servants eat the same kind of food. Which kind of food? As the members of the family. I have such friends as will stick to me through thick and thin. So, whenever we have some or such, we use as. Who, whom, and whose are used to refer to persons. So, remember this rule whenever we are talking of who or whom or whose, this refers to persons as in human beings, which refers to things and animals, and that refers to things and animals and sometimes persons as well. Like if I talk about which book, or if I talk about anything like which table are you talking about? So, which is used for animals and things, whereas that can be used for things and animals, and sometimes we use that for people also. So, if I want to say that which boy. So if I'm using this that as a demonstrative noun, I would say that boy standing over there. So if I'm using it as a demonstrative pronoun, I can use that for referring people. When the relative pronoun stands for the object, it may be omitted. Omitted as in you need not use it. Okay. This is the beggar whom or that. You can use either of one over here. I saw yesterday. Now, if I want to put whom or that over here, this is the beggar I saw yesterday, or this is the beggar that I saw yesterday, or this is the beggar whom I saw yesterday. So the sentence is possible in all the three ways. I could be putting whom and making the sentence, putting that, or I totally omit both the things. So there are three ways in which this sentence can be written. This is the book which or that I lost yesterday. As we said that for non-living things, that is things and animals, we can use which. So this is the book. Here we were talking about the beggar, and that is why we use whom or that. And this is the book. For book is a non-living, we can use only which and that. This is the book which I had lost yesterday, or this is the book that I lost yesterday, or it could simply be this is the book I lost yesterday. So understand the omission of relative pronouns. When the relative pronoun is the object of a preposition, the relative may be omitted. Now, as we said over here, this is the object of this is the beggar, this is the object, whom, which beggar. So it can be totally omitted. In this case, the preposition is placed after the verb. Now, this is the house in which she used to live. This is the house she used to live in. So there are different ways of writing the same thing. This is the house, which house, in which she used to live. Whereas I can use this is the house she used to live in. Similarly, the lady about whom you were speaking is my auntie. The lady you were speaking about. So as I said, we can omit whom from here, and we can in which omit which from here. The lady you were speaking about is my auntie. So in both the cases, it would be correct. Non-defining adjective clauses are introduced by the relative pronouns who, which, whom, and by the phrase whose plus your noun. They can also be introduced by the relative adverbs where and when. So we have done so far all the examples of whatever is written over here is how you can introduce your pronoun clauses, how you can introduce your relative adverbs. They are separated by the rest of the sentence by the commas. They do not define the noun but merely give some information about the person. So whatever is given over here, they are defining or giving extra information about the person. The lady you were speaking about, what is my auntie? So this is giving a little more information about the lady. My grandfather who lives in Chennai writes every week. My friend Mona, whom I haven't seen for years, is coming home next. Now, all these are different examples on how you can use our noun clauses. My grandfather, who lives in Chennai, writes every week. Okay. Finland, where I spent, you can put a comma out here. Finland, where I spent my holidays, comma, contains numerous lakes. Now, as we have done this, let's understand how far we have done this and how do we understand this. Let's do a small simple exercise. Complete the sentence with who, with which, whom, which, that, in which, on which. Let's see what fits anywhere. This is going to be capitals. There are many places dash we haven't visited. So what are we going to put over here? As we said that we use that for which, that for places and animals. So there aren't many places that we haven't visited. Okay. He is a man dash we all respect. Who we all respect. Which man? Who we all respect. Yes. Is anyone going to try the third one? This is the man dash son won the first prize in the exams. So what is the third answer going to be? This is the man dash son. Yes. Is anyone going to try the third one? So what is the third answer going to be? Who's going to try this? This is the man dash son. So how do we relate this? How do we add the clause over here? By which word? This is the man dash son won the first prize. Yes, anyone? What could be the answer over here? Is anyone going to try this? This is the man whose son won the first prize. This is the garden dash he worked. So what am I going to put over here? This is the garden dash he worked. So the word is going to be where he worked. The man dash we saw yesterday was ill. The man whom we saw yesterday was ill. Now, as I already explained, if I don't want to write this whom, I can also write the sentence, the man we saw yesterday was ill. I can omit whom from here. The infinitive with to is often used as the equivalent of an adjective clause. Now let's understand this. Give me some food which I may eat. Give me some food to eat. Now what is the meaning of this? The infinitive with to is often used as the equivalent of an adjective clause. Now this is the adjective clause which I may eat. And instead of using my adjective clause, what am I going to do? Give me some food to eat. So I'm going to simply put my to over here and omit the adjective clause. I have work which I must complete. I have work to complete. So we have understood our noun clauses, we have understood our adjective clauses, and now let's understand the adverb clauses. Since the adverb clause in a complex sentence is a subordinates clauses which does the work of an adverb, it can be of different kinds. Now there can be 9 types of adverb clauses. The first one talks about time, then the place, manner, the cause or the reason, the purpose, the result or the consequences, comparison, condition, and supposition or concession. Let's understand the different adverb clauses that can be used. Now, adverb clause of time. The first one is adverb clause of time. Adverb clause of time is introduced by subordinating conjunctions like when, whenever, as, after, since, before, and till. She came after darkness had fallen. So came after what? The time. As I said, it's the clause of time. She came after. After what or when? After the darkness had fallen. Before you leave this place, bring me some food. When? Before you leave this place. The children danced while the piper played. While the piper played. So now, as we did about the adverb clause for time, we are going to understand the second one that states about place. Now, for place, we can use where, wherever, whence, and whither. Let's understand. She returned whence she came. And where the cat went, the kittens followed. So, where the cat went. Where did it went? Went is what? My verb. And where? Went where? So, that is my adverb. Now, let's understand the clause of manner. These are introduced by subordinating conjunctions like as if, and though. So now these things over here are definitely going to help you when you are solving your spot the errors and you know which sentence will have which of them. As you sow, so shall you reap. He was walking as if he was in a hurry. Do as I tell you. And she behaved as if she was rich. Now, the fourth one, that is a cause or reason. For cause and reason, because you are going to talk about a cause and reason, what do we say? Because. Also, as can be used depending on the structure of the sentence, and that. I am extremely happy that you have come. So, why are you happy? So, the reason for the happiness is that you have come. She left because, why? She was getting late. Since she says so, I must believe it. So these are all the adverb clauses for reason. Now let's understand which words do we use for the purpose. These are introduced by subordinating conjunctions like that, in order that, so that, and lest. We may eat that we may live. Note this down so that you may not forget it. So, what is the purpose of doing this? It's clear. We may eat. Why? So that we may live. Now, why do we note this down? So that we may not forget. Work hard lest you should fail. So, this is my adverb clause of purpose. Adverb clause of result or consequences. These are introduced by subordinating conjunctions, but generally they are preceded by so or such in the main clause. But the conjunction is sometimes understood. He is so brave that he is not afraid of anyone. So, what is the consequence or the result? And added by so or such. I spoke in such a way that what? In which way? Such a way that he understood me. Adverb clause of comparison. Now, as we talk about comparison, definitely we are also going to use as over here and more of comparison. So, we are going to use as than. As denoting degree is generally accompanied by as or so in the main clause. She is as clever as she is beautiful. Adit is not so foolish as you think. So we can either use than, we can use as, clever as beautiful as thin as dark as, and not so foolish as you think. So these are all the comparisons. This to this. When you want to compare, then you are going to use either than, or you can use as good as bad as. Now, than is always accompanied by a comparative adjective or adverb. She is younger than she looks. No one is better a judge than he is. So, as we said, that it is always, remember this one thing, that an than will be always accompanied by an adjective or an adverb. Adverb clause of condition. These are generally introduced by subordinating conjunctions like if, unless, and whether. And if, unless, both mostly will be in the beginning of your sentence or the midway. If I were you, I would accept the offer. Or we can also say that I would accept the offer if I were you. This could be written in both the ways. Unless it rains, the crops will fail. The crops will fail unless it rains. It means the same. I must try whether I succeed or not. So, what is it going to be? I will succeed. I must try whether I succeed or not. So, whether I succeed or not, I must try. Now, sometimes the subordinating conjunction is omitted in adverb clause of condition. Had I not seen her smoking with my own eyes, I would not believe it. Now, remember, all these sentences can somewhere or the other come in spot the error or detect the error. So, if you know the rules, you may very easily be able to find the errors in your sentences. Sometimes they are introduced by whatever, whichever, and however. Whatever you say, I am not going to believe. Now, these are all clauses, adverb clauses, how you introduce the sentence. He will never succeed. Never succeed. Why? However he tries. However hard he tries, he will never ever succeed. Now, and the last one is adverb clause of supposition or concession. Now, concession would always come with words like although and though, even if. Though he was rich, he was not happy. Although it rained, he went out. Even if I fail, I shall not give up. So, these are the different ways you can use them. And remember, all these sentences could be in your spot the errors, and that is the time that you need to apply all the rule. Understand what is the correct sentence. Now let's do one small exercise to complete the adverb clauses. He was allowed to go dash. So for place, we want to put something which is related to a place. So what are we going to put over here? He was allowed to go place. What can we put for a place? He was allowed to go wherever he wanted to. He died. Now the reason. He died because of COVID. The prince walked dash manner. So walked like what? As if, right? So the prince walked as if he was a king. We couldn't play the match. Now we need to put some reason over here. We couldn't play the match. Why? Since or because or as it started raining. Aditi has not seen her mom. Now we are going to put over here time. So we can say since what? Years. Jack studies hard. Now what is the purpose of his study? Jack studies hard so that he may clear his exams. There was so much noise. There was so much noise that nothing was audible. Mary speaks English better than. Than who? Anything you can say than her brother, her sister, her mother, whatever you want to add, you can say. And dash, you can still do better. So now we are going to add a concession. And in the concession, we said though, although you did well. So you are going to say, although you did well, comma, you can still do better. So those were the sentences. And with that, we are going to end the session today. I hope all of you have it very clear that what is a noun phrase and what is the difference between a phrase and a clause, and what are the different clauses that we use to join the sentences. And these sentences are going to be very, very useful in detecting the errors. So please do understand this whole phrase and clause. And thank you for being here with me. If you have liked the session, do press the like, and of course subscribe to the channel and share it among your friends so that they can also take the benefit of learning and free learning. And the concepts are taught over here, and my special lectures are on Unacademy app from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. See you all. Thank you so much.